Hi, my name is Lillian Bike. I am doing my speech on the assassination. The speech that was given after the assassination of JFK on November 27th, 1963. Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, members of the House, members of the Senate, my fellow Americans. All I would have done would have given gladly not be standing here today. The greatest leader of our time has been struck down by the foolest deed of our time. Today, John F. Kennedy lives on the immortal words and works of the left behind. He lives on in the mind and memories of mankind. He lives on in the hearts of his countrymen. No words are sad enough to express our sense of loss. No words are strong enough to express our determination to continue to the forward thrust that America that he began. The dream conquering the vastness of space, the dream of partnership across the Atlantic and across the Pacific as well. The dream of peace courts in less developed nations, a dream of education for all of our children, dream jobs for all who seek them and need them, the dream of care of our elderly, dream of all our attack on the mental illness, above all, the dream of equal rights for all Americans, whatever race or color these and other Americans' dream have been vitalized by his dream and his dedication. And now ideas and the ideals which he so nobly represented must and will be translated into effective action. Under John Kennedy's leadership, this nation has demonstrated that it has encouraged to seek peace and has fortitude to risk war. We have proved that we are good and reliable friend to those who seek peace and freedom. We have shown that we can also be a foe to those who reject the path of peace and those who seek to impose upon us, our allies, the yoke of tyranny. This nation will keep us its competence from south of Nam to west of Berlin. We are unceasing in the search for peace, resourceful in our own pursuit of areas of agreement, even though with those who we differ, and generous and loyal to join us with a common cause. In this age, when there can be no losers in the peace and no victors in war, we must recognize the obligation to match national strength and national restraint. We must be prepared at one and the same time for both confrontation of power and elimination of power. We must be ready to defend national interests and to negotiate common interests. This is the path we shall continue to pursue. Those who test our courage will find it strong, and those who seek our friendship will find it honorable. We will demonstrate anew that strong just uses strength, and it can be strong defense of justice. And let it all known, we extend no special privileges, impose no persecution. We will carry on the fight against poverty and misery and disease and ignorance in other lands and on our own. We will serve all the nation, not one section or one sector or one group, but all Americans. There their United States, a united people with a united purpose. Our America unity does not depend on our unity. We have differences, but now, as in the past, we can derive from those differences strength, not weakness, wisdom, not despair. Both as people and a government, we can unite upon a program which is wise and just, enlightened, constructive. For 32 years, the Capitol Hill has been my home. I have shared many moments of pride with you, pride in the ability of Congress of the United States to act, meet any crisis, to distill our differences, strong programs of national action. An assassin's bullet has thrust upon me an awesome burden of presidency. I am here today to say I need your help. I cannot bear this burden alone. I need all the help of all Americans and all America. This nation has experienced a profound shock and critical moment. It is our duty, yours and mine, as the government of the United States, to do away with uncertainty and doubt of delay and show that we are capable of decisive action, that from brutal loss of our leader we will derive not weakness but strength. We can and will act and act now. From the Chamber of Representative Government, let all the world know. None understand that I read this government to the unswerving support of the United Nations, to honorable and determined execution of our commitments to our allies, to the maintenance of the military strength second to none, to defense of strength, stability of the dollar, to the expansion of our foreign trade, to the reinforcement of all of our programs, of the mutual assistance and cooperation in Asia and Africa, our alliance program in this hemisphere. On the 20th day of January in 1961, John F. Kennedy told his countrymen that our national work would not be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of this administration, nor even, perhaps, in the lifetime of this planet. But let us begin. Today, in this moment of a new resolve, I would say to all my fellow Americans, let us continue. This is our challenge, not to hesitate, not to pause, not to turn about and linger over an evil moment, but to continue on our course that we may fulfill destiny that history has set for us. Our most immediate tasks are here on this hill. First, no memorial, orientation, or eulogy could be more honor of President Kennedy's memory than the earliest possible passage of Civil Rights Bill, for which he fought for so long. We have talked long enough, this country, about equal rights that we have talked for 100 years or more. It's time now to write the next chapter, to write in the books of law. I urge you again, as I said, 1957 and again in 1960, to enact a civil rights law so that we can move forward and eliminate from this nation every trace of discrimination and that is based upon race or color. There could be no greater source of strength than to this nation, both at home and abroad. And the second act of ours could be more fitly continue the work of President Kennedy than early passage of tax bill for which he fought for this all. This bill is designed to increase our national income, federal revenues, to provide insurance against recession. That bill, if passed without delay, means more security to those now working, more jobs for those without them, and more incentives for our economy. In short, this is no time for delay. It is a time for action, strong, forward-looking action on pending education bills to help bring light of learning to every home, hamlet in America. Strong, forward-looking action on youth employment opportunities. Strong, forward-looking action depending on foreign aid bill. Making clear that we are not forfeiting our responsibilities to this hemisphere or to the world, nor erasing executive flexibility in the conduct of our foreign affairs. Strong, prompt, and forward-looking action on remaining appropriation bills. In this new spirit of the action, Congress can expect full cooperation and support executive branch. And in particular, I pledge that expertise of our government and will be administered the utmost thrift and frugality. I will insist that the government get dollars value for a dollar spent. The government will set an example of prudence and economy. This does not mean that we will meet our unfulfilled needs or that we will not honor our commitments. We will do both. As one long served in both houses of Congress, I firmly believe that independence and the integrity of the legislative branch, and I promise you that I shall always respect this. It is deep in the marrow bones, and with equal firmness, I believe that capacity. The need is here, the need is now. I ask your help. We will meet in grief, but let us also meet in renewed dedication, renewed vigor. Let us meet in the action of intolerance, mutual understanding. John Kennedy's death commands that his life be conveyed, that America must move forward. This time has come. America of all races and creeds and potential beliefs to understand that respect to one another. So let us put an end to teaching and preaching of hate and evil and violence. Let us turn away from the fanatics of far left and the far right, from apostles of bitterness and bigotry, from those defiant of law and those who pour venom into the nation's bloodstream. I profoundly hope that the tragedy and torment of these terrible days will bind us together in new fellowship, making us one people in an hour of sorrow. So let us here highly resolve that John Fitzgerald Kennedy did not live or die in vain. And on this Thanksgiving Eve, we gather together and ask the Lord's blessing. And give him our thanks, and let us unite in those familiar, cherished words. America, America, God shed his grease on thee. The crown thy God with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.